I'm going to walk you through another probability example. Now, we're looking at number 2 here, and we're given two events. First of all, we're told they are mutually exclusive with P. Probability of P happening is 0.392. Probability of A or B is 0.653. Now, they're giving me some information telling me they're mutually exclusive. Also, we're not seeing things happening in a sequence. So I'm going to go with a Venn diagram. If it was happening in like some sort of sequence where they're telling me, okay, well, first this happens, then this happens, that'd be more inclined to do a tree diagram. But since we're talking two events happening, they mention mutually exclusive, I'm inclined to think I'm going to be working here with a Venn diagram because I'm looking at things that could be happening at once or maybe don't happen at once. So you notice I'm going with my circles here and the rectangle. A lot of people forget to do the rectangle, but that's pretty important. All right, so I'm going to move this over. Now they tell me, first of all, that they're mutually exclusive. If they're mutually exclusive, that means these two events cannot happen at the same time. So the probability right here in the middle of that overlap is going to be 0. All right, they're telling me the probability of A is 0.392. Now, typically I'd subtract the overlap, but there is no overlap here, so that makes it nice and easy. Now it's telling me the probability of A or B. Now it's telling me A or B. That's going to tell me everything in these two circles here is going to add up to that value. So luckily I only have really one value to worry about because 0 is one of them. So we're going to take that 653, subtract 0.392, and I get, of course I'm going to use my calculator here. I recommend you do the same thing, but if you want to do out the subtraction, go ahead. Alright, I get 0.261. The probability of B happening is going to be 0.261. Now I know the probability of A, know the probability of B. Now, what I want to figure out is the probability of neither A or B happening. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to do 1 minus 0.653, which is the probability of A or B. And that's going to give me probability of neither A or B happening. So 1 minus 6.53, and I get 0.347. So now that I have my Venn diagram, I can start answering some questions. Probability of B, I already figured that out, 0.261. Probability of not A happening. So this is a little tricky, but bear with me. That means the probability of B, but it also means this probability down here, probability of A, A and B not happening. So I can take these two probabilities, probability of B happening, then the probability of A or B not happening, because I'm trying to figure out probability of A not happening. Just add these up, and I'm plugging it in, hopefully you are too. Maybe you're doing it in your head. 0.608. Now for the last part here, probability of A and B happening. Well, since they're mutually exclusive, they can't happen at the same time, so the answer is going to be 0. Alright, so I figured I'd walk you through this one. I know a few people had questions on it. Here it is. Hopefully this helps.